All right. Hi, everyone. I am Melissa Bracamontes. I am part of your One Campus by Laureate team, and we're so happy that UPC is bringing One Campus courses to you. We also have Jen Driscoll, who is part of the One Campus team, Lulu Williamson, who is a director at Walden University, and she'll be walking us through the Walden classroom, giving you some helpful tips and really giving you a good guide to how to get started. We also have with us Eric Biles, who's also part of Walden team, and he'll be here to support as needed. Perfect. So I want to begin with just a quick overview of how you're actually going to be logging into your course through the One Campus site. And this is really exciting because UPC is one of our first institutions that's going to be participating in this new portal. So let me start by taking you there. So you will have access directly to this page. You'll be receiving a welcome letter with instructions on how to access your course. You'll be provided with your user name and your password. And I have one here. And in the welcome email, you'll also get just a brief introduction into One Campus, the courses that you'll be taking, like I mentioned, your username and password, and the contact information for our One Campus support team, which will be able to give you any type of support if you have any issues with login or your credentials. So this is your One Campus portal, and as soon as you log in, unfortunately it didn't happen because I've already used this this username once today, but you'll receive a letter of terms and conditions which will ask you to read and just agree to, and this will be your main student portal. Marco, can you see my screen okay?
Sorry?
Can you see my screen all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're seeing already.
Okay, great. So you'll get the user term and agreements, and you'll also be asked to activate a passport. And what the passport is, it's really an exclusive membership that we're giving to all of our students within the Laureate network. And it's a way to connect to other students, to faculty. It's also a way to access your courses and to access live events in other institutions or other parts of the Laureate network that'll help give you a really international experience. Jen, did you want to add anything to that?
No, Melissa, I think that's good.
Okay, great. So like I said, here you're going to be able to access your courses. These are just example courses, but under each course, this will be in Spanish for you. It's going to be, there we go. So you'll see this button that says Ir a clase. You'll click on that, and that'll take you directly to the Walden classroom. So I will stop there, and Lulu, you can, if you can take us through that pass, that would be great.
Let me go off mute. Hello, everyone. I can't see you, but hopefully you can see me. And my name is Dr. Lulu. I work at Walden University. I am the academic oversight for all of the Walden classrooms that are in One Campus. And we're very excited to have you guys joining us today. I'm going to go through two different classrooms. I'm going to go through the Humanities 3001C, which is Modern Popular Culture, which I know a number of you are taking. And then I'm also going to go through the Sociology 1001S, which is Introduction to Sociology, because we're using some really interesting programmatic courseware in there called Acrobatic, and it's a little bit different access there. So I will make sure to show all of you how to get access to the courseware. So let me start sharing my screen. We're going to go through, let's see. I thought I had the Humanities one up, but I guess I didn't, but that's okay. I don't want you to get dizzy looking at my screen. So once you log in, what you'll see is the name of the course, which is right up here. The course I'm showing you is a course currently in session. It ends on Sunday. Your course will be beginning on August 29th. You should be getting access to the courses on Thursday, the 25th of August. But you need to make sure that you're in the right class when you click on the Go to Class button. Make sure that you're in the right class, and you can see that right here. So this part of the classroom is called the left-hand navigation. Everything in this part of the course is information that you need to look at. So what I tell everyone during the orientation sessions is, as soon as you get access to the class, go in there, click through everything, make sure that you know where everything is and how to do everything. Spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes in the classroom to take a look. I'm going to show you a few very important things that you should definitely take another look at. The first thing is the syllabus. Every course that I'm sure you've ever been in has a syllabus, and there's a good reason for it, because the syllabus gives you a lot of information about the class you're going to be taking. It tells you what the course outcomes are, so what you'll be learning in the class. It tells you the course materials. In this particular course, there is no textbook. All of the reading material is in the resource area of the classroom, which I will show you, but so you don't need to worry about a textbook. There's a course reading list that you can actually click on. I'm not going to click on it, but you can click on that and print it out if you want to. The course schedule here, I'll go over in more detail when I get to the calendar on the days of the week. But there's also the syllabus is pretty hard to print out, but you can print out this course schedule, which basically goes through everything. It's all the readings, the discussion boards, etc., which we'll be going through. And then the grading scale here, all of the Walden courses that you'll participate in are on a 6-week schedule, and all of them have 1,000 points in the classroom. So if you are looking at your grade book and 100 points, you'll be like, oh my goodness, something's wrong here, and get in touch with the instructor. So it's a fairly straightforward grading schedule here. 1,000 points is the most you can possibly get. And then below here is the different assignments during the week and what they're worth, basically. So that's the syllabus at a glance. Like I said, you should probably spend some time in there looking at it. The next thing right underneath the syllabus is the term calendar. Again, there's 6 weeks in each of these classes. Day 1 is Monday, day 7 is Sunday. So your class starts on Monday, August 29th. This becomes very important when you get into the discussion boards, and you'll see why, because it will tell you you have to complete your posting by day 3 or day 4. So you need to know what that means. So day 1 again is Monday. Day 7 is Sunday. Most written assignments are due at midnight Mountain Standard Time, which is where the state of Colorado is. So I'm not sure how that compares with your time zone right now. What time is it there right now? Anybody?
It's 4:30.
Okay, so you're an hour ahead of you're in Central Time.
Yeah,
You're in Central Time Zone. So you just need to make sure that you post by midnight local time, and that will put you an hour ahead of the game. So just make sure all of your assignments, they're all time stamped. So the faculty member does know if you're late. I'm not going to say that every faculty looks at that, but it is on the timestamp when you submit it. So just make sure you get your work in on time. I would really hope that nobody is turning their assignment in at midnight on Sunday. I would really hope that doesn't happen. So just make sure that you get your work done and don't procrastinate too much. I know that happens sometimes. Okay, the next part of the classroom, which is very important, is called the class cafe. The class cafe is exactly what it sounds like. It's a cafe set up to basically introduce yourselves. When you're in the classes that you'll be in, it will not be just students from your school. There will be students from all over the network, from the Laureate Network. There will also be Walden students. So you just click on this to introduce yourself, and then the thread will load. This is the professor introduction here. I'm going to reply to this. One of the things you should do in the subject line is don't leave it just generic like this, but use more details, like I would say Lulu Williamson introduction. And then I would tell a little bit about myself, where I live, what I'm studying, if I have cats and dogs, if I have a weird hobby, you know, whatever is interesting that you want the other students in your class to know. And then make sure to read through the posts to find out about the other students and reply to them. You know, welcome to the class. Oh, that's so cool. I love zombies too. That's awesome, right? That kind of thing. So the class cafe is beyond the academic content. It's just to get to know the students in your class. So make sure that you post there as soon as you get in. This is not graded though. So it is not part of your grade. Next, very important part of the classroom is contact the instructor. This area, if you're having a problem in the classroom, not a personal problem, but a problem, let's say one of the links to the reading is broken, or one of the assignments doesn't make sense, the directions aren't clear, you can contact the instructor and let them know whatever it is that's going on. Everyone in the class can see this. This is also where you will see the instructor information. The instructor in this classroom is Allison Rossi. Her email address is right there. So if you do have a personal problem or something going on that you don't want the entire class to know about, make sure that you send a personal email to the instructor, and their email address will be in this section, as well as their time zone. So she lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is also Central Standard Time. A little bit of a bio about her, and then office hours. And her phone number. I wouldn't really call her unless it's like the biggest emergency ever. I would highly recommend just sending her an email initially. But then, so it's the same thing. You just reply and ask your question. Be specific. And again, this is public and it's about the classroom. And if you need to do anything personal, email the instructor directly. Okay, two more interesting and necessary parts of this top part are the help and support tabs. You guys do not yet have a tab here, but you will. I'm gonna just click on the first one here. It basically lists the your home institution information, who you should talk to if you're having a problem. But the big thing here, and that's why you can click on any of these links because it's the same. If you're having any sort of technical problem in the classroom, your login isn't working, etc., you need to get in touch with onecampussupport@laureate.net. It's the international student support. Walden has their own student support, which you will not be directed to. You should be directed to this one. We're currently also doing faculty training to make sure, because one of the big things that happens is you go to the faculty member with a technical issue, and the Walden faculty will sometimes send you to Walden student support, but you need to go to the international student support. That's actually the #1 question I get from faculty. So just make sure that you know what it is and where to go. The second big thing here, which is very helpful, and you should definitely spend some time, is the online learning part. There's a lot of tutorials in here for almost everything. Time management, there's an online study checklist, working in an online environment and in Blackboard. So how to use the classroom discussion board, how to use the grade book. I will be showing you this, but if you forget, there's a little tutorial in here to show you, right? How to navigate your classroom, communicating in technology. So there's a lot of information in there. That should be in all of the classrooms that you'll be in. Okay, now we get down into the actual classroom part, which is weeks 1 through 6. Again, all of the classrooms, no matter which one you're in, will look exactly like this for the most part. Week 1, we'll have an introduction page, basically what you're gonna learn that week, and then links here for resources, the discussion board, and your assignment. The resources tab is all of your readings. Okay, again, this course does not have a textbook. Everything should be right in this resource area, or it will tell you to go to the library, but most of these are just a link here. Okay, so you need to make sure that you look through that very carefully. The discussion area. The discussion board is definitely the most important part of the online classroom, because that is where you exchange ideas with your student colleagues and your professor. And this is, you know, very important, and it's very specific as well. So make sure you read through this a couple of times if you need to, just to know exactly what you need to do. And this is where the calendar comes in. So post by day 4, which is Thursday, 250 words in which you answer these questions, right? Then respond by day 6 to at least 2 colleagues. So day 6 is Saturday. So just make sure you follow those directions carefully. You can see they're fairly extensive, so just make sure that you're answering or doing all the parts of the discussion board. And then once you get done with the discussion board, then the next thing is the assignment, the same thing. It will tell you what your assignment is for the week, when it's due by day 7. Again, that's at midnight, Mountain Standard. And then you would turn it in through Turnitin. Okay, 2 more things, and then I'm gonna go over to the sociology classroom, which there's just a couple things that are different for that one. The 2 other things, because each week basically is set up exactly the same way. The other 2 things are in the course tool area. You'll see an area to send emails. You can, basically do a single user. If I want to talk to my instructor, Allison Rossi, you have to remember who she is. I would do this, send her an email, or you can just look up her email address in the contact the instructor area. But then you can, specifically say what the problem is or what you want to talk to her about. So that's the email. And the final part of this course management area is the grade center. When you go into your classroom, there will just be one, your name will be there. You're looking at the faculty view here, so it's all the students from the course that's currently being taken. If you hover on top of the assignment, it will show you how many points it's worth. So week 1 discussion is 60 points. Week 1 assignment is 90 points. Then if you cursor down and go clear over to the end, you'll see the total number, which 1,000 is the most that you can get. So that is basically the classroom. I'm going to quickly go to the sociology classroom and just show you one thing that's a little bit different with the acrobatic courses. And the acrobatic courses that you would be taking would be the Sociology 1001S, which is what I'm going to show you, and also the Philosophy 1001S. Let's see, here is the Sociology 1001S. You can see that when you get to the course area, it's a little bit different because the majority of the content for the class is in acrobatic. So you start here, which is what it tells you. Everything up here is exactly the same. Start with the Start Here button. Basically, you do a browser compatibility check right there, frequently asked questions, etc. Course schedule. The main thing is interactive units. The interactive units is the acrobatic part of the course. This one is broken down by units, and when you go into the syllabus, you'll see it sort of tells you when each unit is due. Just think of it as an electronic textbook, which is really what it is. Plus, there's activities and quizzes and unit tests that you need to take. But it shows you the course topics in there, and then when you'll be doing. So week 1, you do units 1 and 2. Unit 2, or week 2, you do units 3, etc. Right? There are fewer Blackboard assignments in this course. You can see there's just a week 1 discussion, a rough draft essay, a week 4 discussion, and then a final essay. So there's only four Blackboard assignments, and the rest of the assignments are in the acrobatic courseware. So just make sure that if you're taking the philosophy or sociology course, that you have access to this when you click in. Just so you know, when you click in the first time, it could launch LTI link like it's saying here. It could take a minute like that. Okay, and then this is what it looks like. It's the table of contents. Usually the first time you go in, it asks you if you want to do a little tutorial, like a little tour, and you can say yes. This should take you to the table of contents, but apparently it's not. Or you can do this. Anyway, click through this also if you're taking this class and just see how it's set up. But just make sure that you know how to get into the interactive units. Well, that's it for the 2 classrooms. I know I went very quickly. Are there any and all questions are welcome? Do you have any questions? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. One more thing. Very important. I forgot. 2 very important things. I'm sorry. I've done a few orientations today, and my brain is a little bit dead, but 2 things. First thing is Walden has a policy called failure to participate. If you do not do your week 1 assignment, you will get dropped from the class, right? So you need to make sure absolutely that you do your week 1 assignment. In the Modern Popular Culture course, that would be the discussion board. In the sociology course, it's also a discussion board. If for any reason you cannot do that, you need to get in touch with your instructor. And that's the second thing. Make sure that if there's any issues whatsoever, you get in touch with your instructor. They are your best friend in the class, I'm telling you. They've been teaching these courses for a long time and worked with a lot of students from all over the place, and they will help you out as long as they know what the problem is. So make sure to post or to basically do your week 1 assignment. And number 2, contact your instructor if there's anything that's going wrong so that you don't get dropped from the course. We don't want that to happen. And now I'm done. I apologize for that.
Okay, thank you. ¿Tienen alguna pregunta que le quieran hacer directamente? Sí. El link con su login y password, Melissa, se les van a enviar directamente a los correos, ¿no?
Sí, exacto. Los vamos a enviar un correo electrónico de bienvenida y ese correo va a tener la contraseña que van a estar usando, también va a tener la contraseña.
Todos tienen claro que, si son sacados del curso, se les considera como falla, ¿verdad? Entonces, si tienen tareas obligatorias que hacer dentro de estos cursos, y si no las presentan, van a ser retirados. Por eso la mención de que si no pueden o entregarlo a tiempo o en el tiempo que está previsto, se contacten directamente con el tutor que tienen de la clase. ¿Ah? Sí, con el instructor, con el tutor que tienen de la clase.
Sí, y Marco, también quiero mencionar, lo bueno de estos cursos son que no tienen que estar presentes a cierta hora para escuchar una charla o participar en actividades interactivas. Pueden entrar a cualquier hora que tengan disponible durante su día. Sé que muchos de ustedes tienen muchos otros cursos dentro de la UPC o están ocupados con otras cosas. Entonces, si es primera cosa en la mañana que tienen 1 hora para dedicar a su curso, entren a esa hora o en la tarde. Pero sí van a tener que cumplir con las fechas puestas por los profesores para, 1, participar en discusiones y 2, para entregar las tareas.
Y también tomen en cuenta de que estamos 1 hora menos. Entonces, para ellos el deadline es a las 12, pero entonces el deadline de nosotros sería a las 11. Claro, exacto.
¿Pueden ver mi pantalla, Marco?
Sí.
Ok. Esto nada más es algunos tips para que les ayuden a los estudiantes. Muchos de ustedes no tienen la experiencia de participar en cursos online. Les recomiendo imprimen los 3 documentos más importantes, en mi opinión, que es el sílabo, el calendario del curso y también para que vean cuándo para cuándo tienen que entregar las tareas, para cuándo tienen que participar. Día 1 es el lunes, día 3 es... Para que vean exactamente, acuérdense que no están en una aula presencial, entonces no los pueden ver que están ahí presentes en la clase. Tienen que participar. Van a tener que responderle a los profesores, también a los otros estudiantes para tener esa interacción. Lo que les recomendó la doctora Williamson es si entregan sus materias o las discusiones o cualquier tarea que tengan para medianoche, tiempo de Perú, ya cumplieron con el horario. Y también acuérdense que tienen muchas herramientas que les van a ayudar durante su programa. Entonces, tienen acceso a todo esto el 25 de agosto. Van a tener acceso a su clase, van a tener acceso a las diferentes orientaciones que tenemos, pero el primer día de clase va a ser el lunes 29 de agosto.
Yo soy el que les envío, sí.
Hay unos links en Modern Popular Culture que no dan. O sea, que los
En el sílabo. Ah, ya. No, pero todo el instructivo y todo el mensaje de bienvenida con los van a ser dados a sus correos. Van a hacerlos llegar a sus correos para que puedan entrar apropiadamente. No sé si tienen otra pregunta. ¿Tienen otra pregunta?
Todos los trabajos son individuales.
Están preguntando si todos los trabajos son individuales. O sea, básicamente dentro del curso que llevan, van a tener trabajos también en grupo.
So, or Lulu, will they have, will all of the assignments, will they be individual assignments or will they have to work in groups within the classes?
In sociology, there's absolutely no group assignments. I'm pretty sure also in modern popular culture, they're all individual.
Okay.
I suppose it depends, right?
Sí, depende por curso, pero en los dos cursos que acaba de enseñar no hay trabajo de grupos. Do you know about the philosophy course, Lulu?
There's not, the 4 courses that they're taking, if it's philosophy, sociology, IDST 2050, and humanities, there are not group projects.
Okay. Con los 4 cursos que están ofreciendo dentro de la UPC, todo individuo.
Todos son individuales. Disculpa. Sí. Sociology, introducción a la filosofía, sociología, cultura moderna y sí, el otro. Sí. No sé si tienen otra pregunta, es el momento de preguntar también. ¿A quién le preguntan si tienen un link que no funciona? También va a estar ahí descrito, ¿no es cierto?, las personas que pueden escribirles como para que les faciliten ese tipo de información.
Sí, todas preguntas académicas van a ser dirigidas a tu profesor, el docente del curso. Si necesitan soporte técnico, vamos a decir, tienen problemas de ingresar a su portal de One Campus, si tienen problemas técnicos entrando al curso dentro de Blackboard de Walden, esas preguntas pueden comunicarse directamente con One Campus Support at laureate.net en inglés, o si prefieren en español, onecampussoporte@laureate.net.
Las tareas en el link donde aparecen ahí
sí, dentro de la página ahí te sale como upload tus tareas.
Sí.
Yeah. Ahí también hay tutoriales, como les mostró la doctora Williamson, hay tutoriales desde cómo ver el sílabo, desde cómo imprimirlos hasta cómo subir las tareas, cómo contactarte con technical support, cómo contactarte también con los profesores. Y todos en video.
En el caso de que salga del curso, ¿cómo es el sistema?
No se te consideran los créditos. No es que básicamente se te retira del curso. Pero lo ideal es que no pase eso. Lo ideal es que sigan con el curso y no tengan ningún tipo de problema. How many hours do you expect? Well, approximately that the students have to like dedicarle a este curso.
To dedicate to.
Dedicate to the course. Well, that really depends on each student. Some people read faster than others. Some people write faster than others. I would say you want to definitely try that out for each student the first week. See how much time. I would give yourself more time rather than less time, maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. I know that sounds like a lot, but especially if you haven't done online before, and also if English is not your first language and you're not used to taking courses in English, you might need to spend more time in the classrooms. So I would say my advice for all of the students would be to use that first week as a gauge to see how much time you really need. In the acrobatic courses, the philosophy and sociology, there's not as much writing, but there's more reading. So there's more writing in the modern popular culture. Plus there's also a good deal of reading. So I think they really need to gauge that for themselves, but I would start with 2 to 3 hours a day, honestly. What I normally do and what I tell my students is on Monday, do your readings for the discussion board, right? Get all your readings done, go through them on Monday and Tuesday so you can prepare to post in the discussion board either on Wednesday or Thursday, right? That's just what I always did as a student as well. Do your readings early, get those done so that you can post initially, and then just go from there.
Thank you. No, te califican de 0, la calificación es de 0 a 100, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Sí.
Las calificaciones son A, B, C, pero te puedo decir que cada discusión o cada tarea van a tener ciertos puntos. Entonces, los máximos puntos que tienen dentro del curso van a ser 1000 puntos.
Estás ahí. En UPC, como pasado o no pasado. Lo van a interpretar igual que como un curso que lo hubiesen llevado en intercambio en extranjero. No sé si alguno de ustedes ha hecho intercambio. No, sale como aprobado y se te conceden los 2 créditos académicos.
Como el pasaporte cultural.
Como si hubiesen, no sé si tienen claro muy bien la acreditación que tiene la UPC con todo lo que es intercambio o con todo lo que es acreditación internacional. Hay un rango en el que nosotros manejamos aprobado y desaprobado. No importa si es que han sacado, obviamente sí importa si han sacado 6 o 10, puede ser desaprobado. Pero ellos siempre ponen un rango de lo que es aprobado. Entonces, nos basamos en eso para poder dar los créditos o no no importando las notas. Si es que está aprobado, se le dan los créditos.
O sea, no va a ser aprobado. O sea, no va a incluir nuestro moderado.
¿Cuál es la nota aprobatoria básicamente en cada clase?
Lulu, what is the passing grade that they need to have for these courses?
Well, ideally everybody gets an A, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. What we expect.
I mean, C, a D is still passing at Walden. F is not. So ideally, a C is average. A C means average. So definitely shoot for an A, and if you get a C, be happy,
Yeah.
because getting an A in class means you're doing a lot of work in the class. So, but everybody's going to get an A, I'm sure.
El inglés es parte de la calificación, ¿no? O sea, digamos, el inglés como parte de la calificación,
Contenido. Ya, pero todas las clases son en inglés, básicamente. Entonces, exacto. Ujú. Tu calificación va a ser también por la composición en la que escribas tu trabajo.
Para que pases en el sílabo salía que tú necesitabas una D como mínimo, que serían 600 puntos. Con eso, o sea, obviamente que todos juntamos a los 600, apuntamos a-
Sí.
pero si es que alguien se sacara los 600 puntos, igual se les comprobado y se promediaría tu nota para el primer grado con los puntos que vamos a estar llevando. Nosotros, no era nuestro.
Sí. Ah, bueno. Ujú. Eso es dependiendo del deadline que te den para cada trabajo, cada trabajo que te asignen, ¿no? El deadline que te den, o sea, obviamente no lo vas a entregar a última hora no es esperable, ¿no? Tienes que estar seguro de también de la diferencia de horario. Entonces, si lo más antes posible lo puedas entregar el mismo día, es lo recomendable. Ahí te dan las fechas. Por eso que te dice que es lo importante para Melissa era imprimir los tres documentos, el sílabo, las fechas de los trabajos y de las tareas, y the other one, es el calendario y el calendario de los cursos, del curso también. Sí, van a haber exámenes, Melissa, ¿sabes? Supongo que saldrá en el calendario.
Lulu, will they have any type of exam throughout their courses?
Well, the acrobatic course, the sociology and philosophy have, quizzes and tests every unit. So they'll get a lot of that sort of testing. And then all of the courses have a final project, which is normally a written paper. So unlike, so that's what the final project or the final exam is, really a paper in all of these courses, including the IDST 2050.
¿Entendieron eso, chicos?
Sí. Sí.
Sí, perfecto.
¿Tienen otra pregunta? ¿Alguna pregunta por allá al fondo?
En verdad, sí quiero estar realmente seguro de que no, porque
no hay el tema de conversión. Justo lo conversamos eso con el tema de registros, y el tema de conversión va a hacerse igual a como si llevara un curso de intercambio, como lo que te mencioné.
Si es que no puedo acomodarlo, no estoy cómodo con el curso, no hago las tareas y veo que me saquen, o yo pues tengo que retirar del curso mismo.
Que no sería lo ideal, ¿no? Sí.
Sí, es ideal, pero tampoco es como no lo esperaba. O sea, es distinto a lo que yo vi en 6 sesiones, lo mismo.
Eso sí, que en el momento en el que nosotros nos inscribimos, lo único que salía sobre el curso era el nombre, y que iba a ser, en mi caso, el domingo de 3 a 4.
6 sesiones, entonces, claro, dije, perfecto, no tengo problema. Es distinto ahora, entonces, no sé si lo puedo hacer, no puedo esperar.
Y no había sílabos en ningún lugar para que uno pueda buscar. No aparecía nada. El nombre solo aparecía una hora de cada domingo. Claro, si dice así sí puedes acomodar tu horario, pero el caso me dice que la sesión puede ser otro día, tienes que entregar la tarea otro día, que no es el domingo, pero es lo trabajo y estudio. Entonces, voy a tener que ver que llegar a las cosas a las 11 de la noche en mi casa para terminar el trabajo.
Really? ¿Y así haces con la universidad?
Sí.
Ya. Bueno, cada situación es diferente, ¿no? Entonces,
Queríamos saber que no afecte en caso en algún momento, que no es lo recomendable, obviamente. Nadie quiere perder el curso porque no presentó una tarea. Vean que eso no afecte directamente en mi contrato.
no afecta.
Pero digo, y si veo que no puedo, me tengo que retirar del curso.
Por eso,
Es que tampoco es plan de que
En caso de que decidan que no es lo ideal, drop off of the class, ¿ellos tendrían que solicitarlo o automáticamente podrían como que...
No, sí, le pedimos a cualquier estudiante que decide que esta no es una clase para ti, si decides que mejor lo quieres hacer más tarde cuando ya tengas un poquito más práctica con tu inglés o con tu experiencia de distancia, por favor avísale directamente a, me imagino sería tú, Marco, en oficinas internacionales, para que nos avisen y podemos hacer el withdrawal del curso.
Yeah. You will definitely work. Sí, me avisan a mí. Me avisan a mí y yo me comunico con ellos para que puedan desmatricularnos del curso. Es que si lo llevas y lo pasas, obviamente se te van a dar los créditos de lo que estabas esperando. Sí. Sí. Sí, exacto. Ajá.
Es obvio que va a estar. Pero como no sé si toman intercambio. Eso es lo único malo. O sea, si lo pagas, vas a ir a la otra universidad y vas a estar ganando. Acá no, acá nadie está cancelado, nadie trabaja cancelado. O sea, que tampoco afectaría. No te afecta. O sea, solamente. O sea, en realidad me quedo y sale nada.
Sí. Sí. Es más, ustedes...
El caso es que no es lo mismo. O sea, uno se matricula algo como cree que es como no está bien. Si es algo distinto, se podía preguntar si se estaba su universidad. Creo que nadie lo hizo, pero se podía preguntar.
Bueno, para ellos son las 12, para nosotros son las 11.
Sí, pero igual es una buena.
Marco, ¿hay otras preguntas para nosotros?
No, ¿tienen otra pregunta para ustedes? ¿Para ellos? No, gracias.
No, Melissa, thank you.
Perfecto. Entonces, muchísimas gracias a todos los estudiantes por participar en esta sesión de hoy. Bienvenidos a One Campus, a Walden University. We are very excited to have you guys as our students. As I mentioned, we're here to support you in any way we can. And thanks again for joining.
Oh, thank you, Melissa.
Adios.
Sure. Bye. Dr.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.